So welcome to Mrs. H's Earth Science Classroom. And we're going to begin with an introduction to Earth Science and what it is. So the definition, and there are several on Google if you want to Google the internet and do a search and find out the definition of Earth Science. That would be terrific because you have some homework involved with this video. It's the branch of science dealing with the origin, structure, and physical phenomena of the Earth. So what that means is, what's the Earth made of? What are all the features of the Earth, both inside and outside of the Earth? What we know of it, what we've discovered so far. The Earth is really a fascinating area of study because we continue in science to find new things pretty much every day that we didn't know about it. One of the vastly unstudied, least studied areas of the Earth, the area that we know the least about right now, is actually our ocean. And you'll find out that oceanography is part of Earth science. So Earth science includes volcanoes, and that's usually the thing that people think of when they talk about Earth science. And you've probably done some research about that and learned a little bit about volcanology. It's hard to say, when you were in 4th and 5th grades. But now we're going to get a little bit deeper into geology. We're going to study rocks and the different types of rocks that there are. You're probably familiar with the terms igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary, but we're going to get a little deeper. We're also going to be studying some fossils and how that happens, and the branch of science that is included in that is paleontology. So we will be studying all of that. So geology includes a lot of different things, and that'll be very fun. It'll be, we'll get into more depth about that in a minute. And of course, I've mentioned oceanography, so we will be studying our oceans, not only the landforms that are in our oceans, the hidden volcanoes, but also the sea life that is in the oceans. And meteorology, and that's not necessarily the study of meteors, it's actually the study of weather and climate. So those are the three main branches of Earth science that we will be looking at during this year. Geology, as I mentioned, consists of rocks, fossils, volcanoes, landforms, and the age of the Earth. And there continues to be some contentious ideas about how old the Earth really is. Oceanography, as I said, underwater volcanoes, the sea floor, wind and waves. The ocean has a huge impact and really is a creator of a lot of our weather, and ocean animals. Meteorology, as I said, has to do more with weather, storms, types of storms. We'll be looking at hurricanes and tornadoes and snowstorms and ice storms. And seasons, the different seasons that we have. We here in Thousand Oaks, we don't have the classic 4 seasons, but a lot of areas around the world do experience those, and so we'll be talking about those. Climate, you've probably heard a little bit about climate change and concerns about that, and we will be talking about the natural climate change cycles that occur on the Earth. Air pollution is part of meteorology. Heat waves, cold waves, so these are some of the topics that are included in meteorology, but there are more, definitely. There's many different kinds of scientists that are involved with Earth science, but here are a few. Volcanologist, seismologist. Seismologist, you might recall, has to do with earthquakes. Paleontologist, which is somebody who studies the age of the earth and the animals that lived long, long ago. Oceanographer, and there's many different kinds of oceanographers. For example, there are oceanographers that actually study the landforms under the ocean, but there are oceanographers that also study the chemistry of the ocean, and there are oceanographers that actually study the biology of the ocean, the animals that live in the ocean. We have an ecologist, environmentalist, and there are many, many more lists of types of scientists that are involved in earth science. And now we come to your homework. Your homework is to do a little research and choose 5 earth science topics you would like to study. I'm very interested in you bringing in what areas you are interested in us pursuing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring in 5. Write them down. Bring them into class the first week of school. Considering that we have a very short week, means you have to be on your game. But I know you will be. I'm looking forward to doing earth science with you this year.